We are pleased to welcome Mr. John Elfers, who's a science teacher at Class Academy in Monmouth County. Good to see you.
Yeah, you too. Nice meeting you.
This is part of our Classroom Close-Up collaboration with the New Jersey Education Association. By the way, Class Academy is
in Monmouth County, and it is a part of Monmouth County Vocational. And we are a school for at-risk youth and mostly juniors and seniors who are behind on credits. That's the idea.
I'll tell you what, beyond your description, John, we are going to take a look at this terrific clip from Classroom Close-Up that tells the story of the Class Academy.
Good morning, Class Academy.
Do 3 more pans, right?
Class Academy is a high school for students to help recover high school credits. Can we get them either A, to be a full-time student, or can we B, to get them to be shared time in a vocational program, come to us the other half of the day, or C, can we get them in a school to work program where they do come here and go to work half of the day?
And what are the elements of the story, guys? These kids, they really do want to learn. It's somehow they've slipped through the cracks, and it really is up to the teachers to rise up again and just really stay on them and bring it out of them, just pull it out of them, because everybody has the learning inside of them, and they just need the proper environment.
All right, so we've got 5 little minnows in there, and actually that's a good sign. It's a sign that there is like living things and life in the water. I think my approach here is definitely a lot different. It's definitely a different type of teaching. I think on any given day, you have to be able to adapt to what the circumstances are given.
Hey, what's up, Chris? How you been? How you doing all right?
I wasn't going to graduate on time, and I wasn't doing my schoolwork like I was supposed to be. But when I came here, at first I didn't really like it, but then I got comfortable, and everyone showed me a lot of love and support, and from there I just grew into the man that I am today because of Class Academy. So basically, you know, I am who I am because of this school, and I'm thankful.
When I first got here, I kind of felt weird about it because everybody called this, you know, an alternative school, and I felt like, oh, so I'm not in real high school. But being here, it's like, it's a privilege to be here.
What might one say about the Amityville Horror? I always wanted to be a part of something that made a difference. And this is what I feel here. Here, it's hope. You know, they've got hope. They see other kids like themselves. And the belonging. Everybody needs to feel like, you know, I'm needed. And if they can get the feeling of belonging and the feeling of value here, then they might have a chance in life.
You know, you teach from the heart, and you bring in the academics with that. Once you get the kids to feel as though they're wanted, they're cherished, you care about them, they're going to want to learn. It's such a rewarding feeling at graduation to know that we did it as a team, that the students here made it. And you know what? They did it the old-fashioned way. They earned it.
Powerful stuff. Let me ask you, John, what's it like when you know you connect with a kid who for so long, so many others have thought wasn't worth it?
I think I kind of view them as the underdogs. I think that they come to us as a junior or senior, they're behind on credits. And the story for why they're behind on credits is, there's a multitude of reasons for that, but they're the underdogs. So when we can connect with them on an individual basis, we have small class sizes, we are rooting for the underdogs. And so when we see them walk across at graduation, it's like watching the underdog win the World Series. And I think that's the feeling that we get, is that we're rooting for the kids who have been a little bit down and out or feel that they're down and out.
When you made the decision to go into teaching, was it with an eye toward, I want to help this particular group of kids? How did that happen?
Well, I started my teaching career in Baltimore City Public Schools, and I kind of always went into teaching with this, like, I want to change the world mentality.
What a great reason for going into teaching.
Yeah, and it really, this is my 15th year now, and it's been a crazy journey, I will say. I've seen a lot and learned a lot about myself in the process of teaching them.
To what degree does it require a quote-unquote different style, approach, methodology of teaching this particular group of students as opposed to another group of students that, you know, was doing very well and was very well adjusted and did not have some of the challenges that these young men and women have?
I would say there's two parts. One, you can't take anything personal, right?
What does that mean, for example?
Meaning if a kid is having a bad day, right, for whatever reason, they're tired or they're just upset about something, they have a chip on their shoulder, it's not about you, right? It's not about me in that classroom, and it's just about getting the learning done, and I'm not going to take their attitude personal. And I think, too, it's being able to adapt to where they are on that particular day. I mean, we have some situations where kids are working all night, you know, and they're helping their parents pay the rent. And when they're coming into school at 7:45 in the morning after working all night, they're not in the mood to necessarily learn about biology. But I have to meet them where they're at and get them to that point, even if they don't feel like it. And I have to do it in a way that is meeting them halfway to where they're at.
Kid walks across that stage after everything you just described, whether a young man or woman is facing that or a whole range of other very challenging issues. Kid walks across that stage on graduation day. What's it feel like?
Feels amazing. You know,
Is it personal for you?
It is personal.
What do you mean?
I think that for me, I build the relationship with the kids.
A personal relationship?
Personal in terms of, like, I know the kid works at Starbucks. I know that he works at ShopRite, or I know he's really into sports, or I know he's going to be a plumber.
You know these children, these young men and women as individuals.
Yeah. Because
Why does that matter as a teacher?
Well, I think when you're teaching in a small class size, like we have maybe 7 to 10 kids in a class, and you can make that personal connection, and you can say, hey, listen, how was your shift at ShopRite last night? Or, you know, I found this really interesting science article that you were interested in yesterday. I think it builds a little credibility to it, and I think it builds it kind of takes the heat down a little bit, and it's not so much the teacher and the student, but it can be a collegial relationship.
In that video from Classroom Close-Up, we saw Christian and Floor, the young woman named Floor and the young man named Christian. What's ahead for them?
What was that?
What is ahead for them?
I think ahead for them is going to, well, one, maintaining full-time employment. I mean, that's key. And I think, two, it's working actively towards their future, whether that be Brookdale in Monmouth County or another community college. But having a positive attitude towards work and making something of themselves.
How much you love what you do?
Love it.
1 to 10?
1 to 10, I'm at a 9.5.
Last question. As a student of leadership, you're a teacher, you lead. What's the greatest leadership lesson you've learned in your career so far?
I would say probably listening to the people I'm leading. I would say that you can't really be a leader unless you know the people that you're working with, and you have to be able to listen to them and adapt to what they need.
Well said. Keep doing what you're doing, John. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
And more importantly, these young men and women appreciate it. John Elfers is a science teacher at Class Academy in Monmouth County, and we want to thank our partners at the NJEA for once again contributing valuable video that helps tell the story from the Classroom Close-Up series. We'll be right back right after this.
The preceding program has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of Caucus New Jersey has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Suez, Qual Care Inc., the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, RWJ Barnabas Health, the New Jersey Reentry Corporation, and by the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. Caucus New Jersey has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.